be discussing how to store. So far we have discussed what are the sources of rainfall, and now we will be discussing on where to store, how the conventional way in India they have done. Way before ancient time they have started using this technique to store water. Now the only one technique what we know is rainwater harvesting system. What is that? From the roof all the water will be collected and it will be stored in a small storage. In last class I have discussed with you regarding one phenomena. Sir, how much water can be collected from your classroom? Around 56,000 liters of water can be stored. We have a separate graph for that. 56,000 liters of water can be stored. Now like that, only one technique I have discussed. What is that? Rainwater harvesting. Now there are 6 methods from ancient India. We have followed that. This is what today's class. What are all the techniques we have used throughout the centuries? These are all built in land, a open area land for panchayat. Certain students told that, sir, from my panchayat there is a water storage tank. From that water storage tank only we are getting the water. BBMP is particularly for the urban area. Don't think that for everybody from BBMP central office they will give. No. Wherever there is water, from there they will collect and give it. Through that you are getting from different source. Now this is being discussed in today's class. How in Indian communities the water system which is being collected. Now during every water crisis it's been done. First one is a very well known technique. Rooftop rainwater harvesting system. This is being used in heavily compacted area. There is nearby apartment and housing units are there. There is no place to water to fall. In that case, this is the best technique. Is called rooftop rainwater harvesting system. Situations where you can use this densely populated area, particularly buildings are there, you can use rooftop rainwater harvesting system where you can collect and store the water in a container. Now, second type of system, for that if you have nearly 100 square meter area, you can take 50,000 liters. Second technique is called recharging groundwater aquifers. It is a soil, it carries water, which is called aquifer. In any of your house or any of your nearby, your neighbor, have you heard that my borewell is dried? What is the solution for them? They will put a new borewell. What happened to the earlier borewell? It's a question mark. What is the solution is? It's called recharging. That old recharging system, currently I have told one rooftop rainwater harvesting system. From that the rainwater is collected. I have told that to store in a tank. You can take that water and make it as inlet. You can also take from rooftop and connect it to the borewell where there is no water. Now what will happen? In a 10 meter by 10 meter size area, how much water is available? 56,000 liters of water is available. A water tank in your rooftop carries 1,000 liters. Imagine if you are living in a house, 56,000 liters of water is given by the rainfall. You take the complete water and the dried borewell will be there. No, you have to make a connection to the borewell. Borewell is nothing but a hole. They are driving it, there is a hole. What you can do is that rainwater can be connected to this hole. Automatically the groundwater will get recharged. How much liter of water you will get for free? 56,000 liters. That means per day, one time you will put a switch and it will fill for 1,000 liters. That is for the day. We will use for the next day. That means per day 1,000 liters they are using for 8 people. That means 56,000 liters is available and rainfall is giving to you. How much day you can use it? 56 days of free water to you. This is called injection well. See, this is the borewell which is dried. You have to inlet this. What will happen? The complete water will get recharged for this. In how many places they are using? Nearby check dams, recharge wells and ponds. Every place you can use this kind of injection wells where you can do it. Nearby a dam, the water is overflowing. Due to overflow, we are opening the gate of the dam. So the overflowed water will be filled. Now you imagine if you have an injection well nearby dam, wherever there is overflow, that water can be used as groundwater. The surplus water, not only in your house, it might be in dam also. What you can do, you can inject that same water and you can use it for your further needs. So this is latest technique. Now ancient times, in 16th century or 15th century, have you seen this kind of places in Rajasthan? This is a place called Chand Bori. In Rajasthan, this is a monument. Sir, why they have built this kind of monument is, whenever you handle the water well, that kingdom has flourished. People who have handled the water well, they have flourished. This is called a stepped well. See, during a rainfall, in earlier days, we don't have multi-story structure. Currently, in this era only, we have multi-story structure. But in 16th century or 15th century, all the structures are single story. All the water will be going in a particular place. Wherever the water is collected, there they will build this kind of a place. In Rajasthan, sandy soil, alluvial soil was there. This is what the major soil here. What will happen naturally? This water will flow here and it will fill. Even in the drought days also, the water will be there in this kind of place. So what is this place? Biolis. In Rajasthan, they will say this place is called Biolis, and technically in European system, they call it as step well. Nearby any villages, they will be having this kind of a place, and automatically the rainwater will peak here during the May or April. This season also the water will not get evaporated. Even though we are getting 900 mm rainfall, 300, one-third of rainfall has been evaporated. This is what I have discussed in module 1. One-third, if you are building this kind of structure, what will happen? If you are going deep, the evaporation will not take place. Why? Because the direct sunlight will not fall. What will happen? In a shadow, the water will be stored. The water will not evaporate. What will happen? The complete water will be getting stored, and this place is called Biolis. Sir, what will be the depth of this? Is 100 feet. How much floor is your college? 7 floors, no? 7 floors, 7 into 10 is 70. This is 100 feet. 100 feet means how much? Still 3 more floors are there. That much of deep is this Biolis. The ancient people dug the place and created this kind of well where they don't have natural recharge. Currently, do you have a question that, sir, why in Karnataka we don't have Biolis? Sir, only in certain regions we have. Gujarat, Delhi we have. In Delhi you can see this. Gujarat, Rajasthan, only these places are there. Maharashtra they have. This is a structure where you have very less rainfall. Gujarat, Rajasthan are having very less rainfall, less than 600 mm rainfall. How much rainfall we have? 900 mm. We don't need this much of costly structure. Naturally, the groundwater gets percolated. We don't need this kind of structure. We have only built the tanks. Next I will tell what we have done is. So this is a structure which is being used for very less water availability throughout. What are the places they have? Gujarat, Rajasthan, Maharashtra. These areas they have built this. If you are going nearby this place, how much degree will be differences? Sir, in Rajasthan 40 degrees centigrade, in the sense, if you go to these kind of places, due to the moisture content, 5 degree will be lesser. Not 1 degree, 2 degree, 5 degree will be lesser if you are going nearby this place. In ancient period, what they have done is, there will be travelers from one place to another. Where they will stay is nearby this place. Nearby this Biolis, they will stay, have some water, then they will go for the next day travel. Travel means morning 6 to evening 6. After 6, they will not travel. So in between that time, they will be staying in this place and having some water. Sir, what in Karnataka or in South India that we have done is, we have constructed tanks and lake. This is a tank. Tank means, don't understand that, sir, it is a concrete structure. It's called a tank. No. That is also a tank, but this is a natural tank. What do you mean by this tank is, this is a Kengeri tank. When you should call tank and when you should call a lake, there is a difference. There is a size difference. Size is increased, you can call it as a lake. So this is the aerial view of this. What we have done is, we have introduced the lake and tanks. Sir, where we will build the lake and tanks is, this is a place where you have the least number of height. In all the places you will be having highest place. In Kengeri Lake only there will be lowest point. At that place they will consider. If we are having much more slope, what will happen? These places are being constructed with tanks and lakes. Now have you heard that during any rainfall, my house is completely submerged with the rainwater. During any high rainfall, my apartment nearby place are completely submerged in water. Have you heard this? Why? Because ancient time they have used for tanks, but currently the BBMP people or some people, what they will do is they will sail. They will sail that land. Earlier it was a tank. During a rainfall, automatically all the water will stay there. Those places should not be constructed. But currently what we are doing, we are unaware that there is a land which is very less cost. We will buy that land. But after a rainfall only we know that that is the place of tank. In my house, nearly all rainfall will come and close my roads. So this is the reason where you should not buy the land nearby the tanks. Whenever you buy land, make sure that it is not nearby lake. Now this is a place where it all will be collected. Tanks and lakes are being used for irrigation and drinking purpose also. In agricultural they have used, in Tamil Nadu they call it as eri, and the water will be stored here. Now another type of water harvesting system is called Kadin system. What do you mean by Kadin system is, in technical base they call it as runoff based farming system. What do you mean by runoff based farming system is, this is a place, this is a technique where you should use is where there is not even a minimum rainfall. There is a drought place. These kind of places where you should use. Can you see here? Naturally the rainwater will come and you should construct a embankment. What will happen? The water will be staying here, and this is one of the system. Currently, sir, I am in a desert. How I can depend on water is, you have to construct a Kadin system. What is Kadin system? This is a place, this is completely covered with a desert. During a rainfall, the water will be flowing from top to bottom. You have to provide an embankment. The water will be stored here. From this you can do agriculture. From this you can take water for your drinking purpose, etc. This is one of the water harvesting system. This is being used in recharging groundwater, soil fertility, etc. This is being used in deserts. Sir, how desert people are having the water even in non-rainy seasons. This is the system. Now next thing is Jalaras. This is a system which is being used in Gujarat, Rajasthan, and this is a man-made system. Sir, what is the difference between well system and this kind of system is, this is a rectangular well where biolis, you can see similarity between this. Biolis versus this is a rectangular type well. You can see this in southern part also, where this has been completely used to percolate the water and use as a groundwater source. So these are the 6 type of technique which are being used for groundwater recharging. Now we should not tell that, sir, I cannot use the rainwater. Not only in urban place, rural place also carries storage system.